Howdy everybody, welcome to a new episode of documenting the creation of the training grounds at Tradition Farm. So I want to get straight to work here because once again I have limited daylight after work today. So the objective today is to spread more seed because we finally have some very promising rain over the next week, and we are leaving for outdoor nationals in 2 days, so it works out perfectly for hopefully to get a good amount of rain while I'm gone and not have to work on anything. So it's very windy out right now, so hopefully I can get the seed to actually go where I want to, but gonna spread a little bit of everything. Gonna spread some Bermuda on some areas of the path that was touched up after I spread the seed the first time. Going to spread some contractors mix in some areas where dirt was taken from, just to fill those areas back in. And then also going to spread a little bit of perennial rye on the path where it was also worked on. So once again, just kind of shadier areas for the rye. So gonna do that and then roll over it and then hopefully get some good rain overnight. So here's to hoping that we get the consistent rain that's in the forecast for the next week. So yeah, spread all the seed, got everything rolled over. It didn't feel like I was doing much, so we did get a little rain earlier today, but it's just been so dang dry that it dried up so fast. So I was basically just driving over very firm ground, but wanted to at least do something to try to press the seed in a little better. And should get a good rain overnight and through the morning and some of the day tomorrow. So hopefully it's enough rain to keep things a little bit soft when I get home to where I can roll again and maybe press that seed in even more and actually flatten some things out. So this will be the last update for several days as we are off to Outdoor Nationals tomorrow morning in Emporia, Kansas. So leaving tomorrow morning, which is Wednesday, won't get back till Saturday night. So not going to get to see progress on the farm throughout the week when we're getting the rain. But anyways, we are off to a great start on the week with just the rain in the forecast. And last night we got about 1.25 inches of rain out here, and that's exactly what I needed out here. You know, it's probably a little too much all at once, but it had been so dry for so long that I just needed a good soaking rain to soften everything up and keep everything moist for longer. But the downside of that is that today it has been just kind of misty a lot of the day after that, and it's been overcast and cooler, so it just has not really firmed up out here, and I don't feel comfortable rolling. There are some places that would be fine to roll, but too many places where I know I'd be doing more harm than good if I was taking the tractor with the roller over it. Unfortunately that'll have to wait, which I'm not too worried about it. It's not like the rolling is a super urgent thing. Kind of looked around at some of the areas where I laid the seed, and I think it's got good enough ground contact with the soil after it rained that I don't really need to press it in further, especially with the forecast over the next week. So, but definitely have a better attitude and feeling towards the grass growing out here. So here's a couple places where the Bermuda's coming in really well and starting to look pretty green. So I'm pretty excited about that, and even more excited about what it'll look like when I get back from Emporia. So yeah, I guess that's it for now, and I'll see you when I return. Howdy everybody. So back from Outdoor Nationals last night, and so the year's done now. So on to the summer, which means a lot of work out here at the farm. So since I've been gone, it looks like we've gotten a little under 1.5 inches of rain, and it's been somewhat spread out, so that's been good. So seeing some good progress on some of the grassy areas out here. The warm-up area where I spread the contractor's mix, that's coming in pretty well. And then more areas of Bermuda, or the areas that the Bermuda's coming in pretty well. It's continuing to make progress. So yeah, that's pretty much it for right now. I'm just gonna go walk around a little bit and check things out and eat some lunch, and then I'm on to a new task. Okay, so I wish I could mow and roll the loop right now, but it's just too wet still. Good amount of rain yesterday and the days before that, so gonna take a little bit to dry out, but fortunately today and tomorrow are pretty dry and warm, so should make a lot of progress on getting things dry, and then hopefully I can get some of that done tomorrow afternoon / evening. But today's task, you might have noticed that when I'm showing you certain areas of the Bermuda growing in, that I've got some unwanted stuff growing in, so some weeds. So basically, I want to make sure that is controlled. So this morning, my new equipment purchase was buying a 4-gallon battery-powered backpack sprayer. So I got that, as well as some weed killer. So basically what the process is, and hopefully this works out, I got some 2,4-D, which is a kind of selective weed killer, so it should kill the weeds but not the grass. And I also got this surfactant, which basically helps it stick to the weeds a little better. So I'm not sure how far this will go. I mainly want to focus on stuff on the path to start with, just some areas where some weeds are growing in, not the whole thing. And then I've got some other stuff I probably need to clean up outside the loop, just for the sake of making sure it doesn't take over. But yeah, I've never done this before. So I mixed in a little over 1 ounce per gallon of the 2,4-D. That's about 1 ounce is recommended, but I think I've been told might want a little bit more. So starting with that, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I don't mess things up, but mixed up 2 gallons total. So not sure how far that'll get me, but we'll find out. Ended up going through 2 gallons a lot quicker than I thought I would, so I don't know if I'm spraying too much or if I underestimated how much I'd use. So anyways, I'm gonna go fill up 4 gallons and then get back to work. So I think that'll do it for today. That was about 3 hours of spraying. Made 4 different trips. Did a 2-gallon trip, 2 4-gallon trips, and then a 3-gallon trip. So sprayed about 13 gallons total of mix, and honestly don't know if I did a good job or not, but I guess we'll find out eventually if I was spraying too much or too little. So yeah, I guess that's it for today, and I'll see you tomorrow sometime probably. All right, everybody, where to begin? It's been quite the adventure over the past couple days. So I'll start with the good news. The good news is I almost finished mowing last night, so things are looking a lot better. And then also the good news is that the weed killer seems to be doing its job. So I've got some areas that aren't on the path, but this weed called a dockweed that was kind of taking over an area. So sprayed that, and that's gone, that's wilted really quickly. And then it seems like everything on the path is that I didn't want there is wilting pretty well as well. So that's all the good news I have. The bad news, let's start with, you might notice my voice might be a little different right now, and well, I got sick pretty much, I mean almost immediately after spraying all the weed killer. Did it that afternoon and then got sick overnight, and so I do honestly think I was just breathing in too much. You know, I was mostly spraying down and it wasn't super windy, but after doing it for a few hours, I probably did just ingest a little bit more than I should have. So lost my voice, started off with a sore throat, and just have felt like crap for the past couple days. Haven't gotten basically any sleep the past couple nights, but still working. The show must go on. There's still stuff to do. So yeah, it's been pretty rough, but I feel like I'm a little bit on the upswing and I haven't let it slow me down from what I'm doing. So yeah, that's the first piece of bad news, which is very minor compared to the next piece. So my next piece of bad news, and honestly I'm freaking embarrassed. This is like the most embarrassed I've ever been in my life, I think, but I do want to be authentic and transparent. That's always been one of my values in this YouTube channel, and unfortunately I can't show you the mistake because I was a little bit panicked, and it wasn't that bad in the end, but still kind of in the process of seeing how bad it is. But anyways, the reason why I said I was almost done mowing is because I got everything mowed and was just finishing up with my last section kind of by the pond. And I've mowed around here multiple times, this area that kind of slopes downhill and goes down to the pond, but then it kind of flattens out a little bit at the bottom. So I don't go super close to the edge, and I've had zero problems with mowing here in the past. But you know, I'm sure you can imagine where this is going now, but I was mowing a little bit and it's been pretty dry out here, so I wasn't like worried, but some reason my tires were spinning while I was on the slope, and needed to kind of shift into four-wheel drive and was messing with it, and I should have stopped and slowed down and think a little bit. And next thing you know, as I'm trying to get in four-wheel drive, the tractor is rolling into the pond. So yeah, I was pretty distraught. It was not all the way in. Fortunately, it stopped not too far into it, but it was kind of a steep slope. So fortunately, one of our other coaches lives just down the road, and he came and helped me out. We hooked it up to his Jeep, since it's 4x4, four-wheel drive, and got a tow strap, and it pulled out pretty easy, but a little concerning with just water being in certain places, and got it pulled out. Was working with my dad to change the oil, so that's one way to get a new oil change. You're supposed to do it like every 150 hours or so on a tractor, and wasn't there yet, but yeah, I guess this is one way to force it. So yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. I was like very, very distraught that all that money was down the drain and it was going to be no good. So the good news is, got the oil changed, got it back up to the house, and still a lot more to investigate and make sure that it's okay, and probably fix up and grease up and whatnot. But yeah, it was kind of frantic. And then another freaking stupid mistake was when I was changing the oil. So last night I took the plug out and let it drain all night, and then went to refill the motor with oil. Started doing that, and I didn't freaking put the plug in the bottom back in, so I poured in 3 quarts of oil before I realized that it was draining out the bottom. So yeah, just most expensive tractor or motor oil I've ever bought, I guess, buying 2 for the price of 1. So, or buying
one for the price of two is the better way to put it. So yeah, things are not going well. It's been a rough past couple days, but on top of that too, I was trying to get it out with my truck to start, and I wasn't working the truck too hard, not any harder than I have worked before, but when I got back up to the house with the truck last night, the check engine light came on, and then there's something hissing from under the hood, so I've got to look at that too. I don't really feel comfortable driving that around much at all right now until I know that's fixed. And obviously I want to be able to water the grass, but I don't feel comfortable driving around 300 gallons worth of water in the back of the truck and risking something going seriously wrong. And yeah, now the path, some areas are getting to where I need to start mowing the Bermuda grass and ryegrass that's on it, and I can't necessarily run the mower yet until I got that fully fixed. So yeah, that's it's not been a good last few days. So rant over. I guess that's all I got for now, but I'll be back to work. So working on the tractor, and hopefully it's all good. I will also say I apologize for not having a picture or video of that, but I wasn't planning on recording anything because mowing is pretty uneventful. But yeah, I was a little bit too panicked. I should have gotten at least a picture to show you all, but had more important things on my mind than trying to get a picture of my embarrassing mistake. So okay, yeah, now for real, I'll see you when I'm back to work again on something else.
Howdy everybody. So it seems that I've pretty much clawed my way out of the dark days. The world was ending for a few days, but yeah, spent most of the afternoon and evening working on my tractor yesterday and making sure it was good to go, and I fired up the mower again for the first time and have had no problems with it. So was able to mow everything on the path for the first time ever, and still there's some areas that are coming in much better than others. So here along this like south edge of the track, it's looking really good, and I wish everywhere looked like this, but just not there yet. But I think this area just kind of has the right blend of getting enough sunlight but also being in the shade at certain points to where it helps to retain moisture. But anyways, that section looks really good, and there are a few other sections that are coming in pretty well, but then other areas are just still kind of a lot of dirt, either because grass just hasn't been growing very well in there, or it was some of the areas that we touched up and planted some seeds, so that's just a little bit further behind. But yeah, it was a really dusty mowing, but I think once you get that initial mow done, and hopefully things will start spreading a little bit more horizontally rather than vertically. But yeah, you just gotta keep on top of it and mowing it pretty regularly now. So things are growing pretty fast. Like outside the path where I keep my backyard and front yard mowed, it wasn't all that long ago that I mowed that, and that's already looking like it's ready for another mow. So yeah, a good thing this summer I just have more time, so I'm gonna be able to keep up with the mowing. But yeah, good progress on stuff out here. Howdy everybody, we've reached the end of the week. It is Sunday. Yesterday evening we had a storm roll through and got about a quarter inch of rain, so that was good. So today I'm going to roll everything I want to, so the warm-up pad and then most of the path as well. So I tried filling up my roller with water this time to see how it does with adding a little extra weight. So it's mostly dry out there, but it's got a good level of softness where I can feel like I'm actually doing something with the roller. So yeah, let's get on to it. Well, that definitely went a lot better than the last time I tried to roll that area and got my tractor stuck. So yeah, onto the path now. Didn't roll over everything, but I did go over the majority of the path. Only a couple spots on the track that were a little bit messy, but other than that, very smooth sailing. So I think that does it for the week of work and most of this video, but I kind of want to go for a run. It's a little warm out. It's like 90 degrees, heat of the day.
Haven't run in who knows how long, but just kind of curious to see how it feels. So I'm gonna rip a 5K and see how it goes. All right, so 5K down. Let's start with the bad news. The bad news is that I died a slow and terrible death. It was absolutely miserable. I didn't have any time goals in mind, but no warm up or nothing. Just went out and took off for the first K and just wanted to see where I was at. And I was moving pretty good. I was under 4 minutes for the first K, slowed down just a few seconds for number 2, and then sometime in the middle of number 3, I pretty much hung it up and gave up and just decided I was gonna keep slowing down. And so, yeah, it kept going up from there and ran like 21:08 for 5K. So that's the bad news, but you know, could be worse after a week of sickness and not much sleeping and 90 degrees and almost being 2 months, or probably over 2 months since I ran last. So now the good news is the footing was absolutely incredible. So way better than it was the last time I tried running on it, which again was probably mid-March. So never came close to rolling an ankle, didn't have to worry too much about where you're stepping. Obviously when you're running on grass, there's always some sort of risk, but yeah, I was super happy with it. So now it's just a matter of waiting for grass to fill in. Obviously I want it to fill in a little bit more before we start getting frequent traffic out there in the fall, but as is, like it's good to run on right now. So yeah, seemed like it was a week of more problems than solutions and getting work done, but all progress, I guess, all part of the process. So just learning from mistakes along the way, and things are looking up. So I think that'll do it for this video, and for the first time in a long time, I've pretty much caught up with uploading with whatever I've done. So been doing weekly videos for a little while here, and we'll see how things go in the summer. Maybe there will be some weeks where I'm able to get a full video out, but maybe a little more infrequent from here on out, but I don't know, we'll see. So anyways, that is it. I'll see you in the next video.